Welcome everybody, it's Tractorchute here, and it's my favorite day of the week. It is Friday challenge time, and why want to start ourselves off with a Friday challenge fail only because the man that submitted it has admitted it already. He did screw up, but that is quite fine. This was a you must build zealots in your choice of Tempest or Carrier. You may build Hydralists in your choice of Broodlords or Ultralists, and you may build Marauders and then your choice of Battlecruisers or Thors. So in the lower right hand corner, playing as the red Zerg, it's going to be micr. We're playing as the red Zerg. In the upper left hand corner, the submitter of this map, it is Aiur, also known as Nexius. If you've been following him on his venture to Grandmaster on the channel, he is playing on his off account so he doesn't screw it up with the challenges here. So here we go. Should be a good one here, and he already admitted that he did build a sentry at some point in time. But either way, he did try for the challenge, so I'm assuming we're going to see a crap ton of zealots and a Tempest or a Carrier on the map. We'll soon find out here. Does look like we are going to get off to a little bit of scouting out of good old micr here. I can tell you micr was a gold player, and Aiur is a platinum player on this account here. So it should be a half-decent game here. He is going to go off for the early scout right after he posts down that gateway at his entry. And his opponent, in the meantime, is just going to use that Overlord for scouting. Another Overlord going around the map. Very good use of his Overlords. And he is gas first. Wowzer, this man is already starting off into a build that we are going to imagine we are going to see some mutas or something gas heavy on the field anyways. Spawning Pool does follow that up, of course, so very well done there. And there goes the good old distractor finishing. At the same time, we do have gas at the other end for Aiur, as he is pretty much needs the gas unless he wants to go for a Zealot all-in, which is quite possible as well with this challenge. I do believe Protoss probably had it the easiest, in my opinion, at all three races. But then again, I could be wrong. It really depends. But I honestly think a mass Zealot would more than likely win the majority of these challenges if you wanted to do so. So he will sit inside that base. His opponent apparently does not care. He's a little bit oblivious to it, but we'll finally follow him around. Usually good to follow probes around because they can be the cheesiest of workers, in my opinion. And over here he does have a second pylon down with still the single gateway, and he's going to go with a cybercore to finish that wall off. So very well done there. Overlord is slowly getting across the map there. As you can see, he is still following that probe all over the place. Probe is probably going to plant a pylon down to prevent the expansion, or maybe not. You will leave him alone, maybe thinking that his opponent doesn't want to expand too early here. So it does look like Nexius will work his way all the way back here, and he did actually expand right after that. So very well done there, but Nexius says, no, I'm coming back. Nexius Aiur, I don't know what to call you. I'm going to keep calling you Nexius because I'm so used to it now. So he's going to come all the way back in the base here, and he's probably going to plant down a pylon and maybe a forge, maybe prevent that expansion, or he might just leave it be. Figures he's got some sort of game plan to allow his opponent to go with the good old hatch nice and early without being beaten too bad here. So there he is. He's going to continue going around the map. Not entirely sure where he's heading off with the probe here. Has some sort of plan, I would have to imagine. As he heads way over there, finally the Overlord makes its way across the map here. And our first unit is going to be a Zealot. And we are also going to go Warp Gate technology. So very well done there. At the other end there, we are getting our metabolic boost. So very well done there. Definitely looking to get into some early dogs apparently here. And does look like that's where he wants to plant his proxy. And of course, Nexius is known for exercising his probe. So very well done there. He's a fitness trainer at best as well. And we will continue to macro our way up here. Going to sit ourselves on. There's the sentry that he screwed up with. So we have already witnessed the reason of the fail here. He does get the sentry out there. This sentry may not even be a part of the win, but either way, not allowed to build anything other than those Zealots and the Tempest or Carriers. So Metabolic Boost is about halfway done here, and we do get the dogs finally on the map there. By the time they get across the map, Metabolic Boost should be about done here, and we'll see if that's the kind of timing he's looking for as he does move outside of his base there, and is actually going to stop on top of the ramp there. And we are going with a Proxy Stargate. Not too bad of a maneuver, my good man. So he's going to get Proxy Stargate. Dogs, of course, are going to go across the map here, and there are two at the other end. So he will have himself up to a total of, what does he have, 8 dogs on the map? Yes, he does. 8 dogs are going to be on the map here. Meanwhile, we are working ourselves off a 1 gate. Oh man, Nexius must just be kicking himself because it looks like that's probably the only Zealot he builds, and I've got a good feeling that Zealot doesn't come into play, or Sentry doesn't come into play here, but maybe it does here. Oh, there we go. Sentry is actually going to work here, helping out the Zealots here. So there you go. It even came into play to help you out, so we can definitely call it a fail now as he got a little bit of help from that Sentry here. And in the meantime, we are going with a Fleet Beacon as well as needed for the challenge, so very well done there. And meanwhile, at the other end there, he does have that expansion up and going now with the 3 queens of the map, so looking pretty good with his queen count. And he is heading off across with a few more dogs here. I'd have to imagine Baneling Nest might come up with that wall there. Might be the best maneuver for our Zerg player, micr. Quite possibly, but maybe not. Maybe he wants to try something else here. He is going to wander back and forth across the bottom here. Not entirely sure how he wants to get up there. He's obviously not going to get up there with pure dogs. without any form of bathing. There's warp gate technology finishing up. As you see, everything else warps into a warp gate. We're working off a 5 warp gate, 1 Stargate, and our first unit is going to be a Tempest. That's going to create a lot of troubles for our opponent, as he really doesn't have anything aside from the Queens. The Tempest will outrange those Queens any day of the week. He's only working on 1 gas. Really not sure why you got the early gas if you're only going to mine 1 off of it, but fair enough. He is actually going to put a Spore Crawler in the back of his base, but that is a lot of dogs to deal with. But at the same time, if you have that big of a choke point, that's going to be tough for those dogs to get up there. And this is where that sentry is really going to help, because it's going to have the range there. To try and prevent them from taking anything out there. There's the Zealots warps in here. They're down at the other end of the map. Opponent is well aware of it. He's going to figure out what he wants to do here. Not entirely sure how he wants to handle this situation. Do get another proxy a little bit closer to the base. In the meantime there, one little dog does get stranded out there. And our good old Tempest does finish up there, so he does have 1 Tempest on the map. And that Tempest is going to start going to work. Opponent sees it now. Opponent must be thinking, what the hell? That is a fairly early Tempest, and Tempest at the 8-minute mark is actually very impressive. I will say that there, so very well done there. And that Tempest will slowly move around here once he gets the second one out. Then he's going to really be doing a lot of damage here. In the meantime, the opponent has found all the Zealots here. He does come down with his dogs, tries to fend off the Zealots. Tempest is really going to work on him here, forces him back into his base there. He needs to figure out something to go with the anti-air here. And he's going to put down some Spine Crawlers, just trying to see how he's trying to react to this. Goes with the Roach Warren, so not exactly the best reaction in the world, but fair enough. Tempest is really going to work on the Queens there. Of course, Queens go really slow off creep. There does have 2 Tempests on the map here. They'll easily be able to clean up those Queens quite handily here. Does warp in some more Zealots just to keep the dog's attention here. Is micro those Tempests best he can there, as best they can. Micro, there we go. 2 Queens end up going down there. He is only down to 2 more Queens left. Is going to work on the dogs. Puts down another proxy pylon there. So very well done there. Is really forcing his opponent to try and figure out what to do here. Is going to work this on 2 Tempests, not building a third as of yet. Puts a couple Zealots in there to prevent them from getting in towards that Stargate. In the meantime there, the opponent has reacted by finally going into layer technology, so he will definitely be looking to get some Hydralisks on the field here pretty quick, or possibly even some Mutas, whichever he feels is the best counter. And there we go. We are going to move across here with our Tempest. Tempest is going to go to work here, see what kind of damage they can do. Opponent's forced to basically go attack at the other end here, see if he can get inside that base. But of course, that's going to be impossible, especially with the 2 Zealots standing there. And the 1 good old Sentry should easily be able to fend this off. And that's exactly what he's going to do, though. Pretty much all those dogs. There's the force field to stop him from going down. Look at all the cheating, I tell ya. That 1 Sentry did you in. He probably could have won without that Sentry, I do promise you that much. But either way, it will definitely count towards a fail, and his opponent looks like he is in a lot of trouble. I don't even think he has an option for anti-air as of yet. Puts down another gas. Still don't have a building for anti-air. Not entirely sure why, as he does have the layer technology finished up here. So just trying to see, what did he build here? There we go. Spire is going to be his choice. A little bit late on it. Now he's going to pay for not having that gas. But either way, he's going to lose that expansion down here. So he might be too little too late. We're soon going to find out here. He's going to work on that Queen with the 2 Tempests here. They should easily be able to clean up that Queen, especially with the Zealots chasing it around here too. Dogs are about to get up. Queen's about to go down with 1 more shot. There goes the Queen. They'll work on finishing off this hatchery here. He does have the other Tempest going, so we do have a 3rd Tempest about to hit the field here. Tempest is going to help clean up these dogs as well with the Zealots here. Should easily be able to clean that up here. An opponent looks to be in a lot of trouble now. Spire is slowly getting there, not even halfway done, so way behind on that Spire there. Definitely should react a little bit quicker than what he did. Once he does get the Spire out, that 3rd Tempest is going to be out at about the same time here, so really going to be in a lot of trouble at that point. Trying to kill the hatching larvas there. Few more Queens come out, as that really is his only option for anti-air at this point here, is Queens. But at the same time, like I say, Queens don't have the range they need. And it does look like he might be able to wrap this up, as he does bring in another little group of Zealots here. They should be able to push their way up here, force those Queens back. And as you see, the Spire's still not even done yet. So this does look like it could spell the end of him here. He does have the Roach Warren up, at least with a couple Spine Cards. But I don't think it's going to be enough, especially with those 2 heavy Tempests in the background there. And look at the damage that they're doing here. Do end up doing 30 damage, 80 versus massive. So that is a lot of damage coming at you here. He is going to fish off the other Spine Card. There he goes. Forces everybody off the line there. They're going to go for as many drone kills as they can get here. A few more dogs get on the map, but it might be too little too late. Spire is finally out for him. Does he have the larva count for it here? We'll soon find out. He does have 3 larvae on the map, so that is definitely not going to be the larva count he needs. So it does look like our good old 3 Tempests are going to finish the match off for him here with a few warpins of Zealots again there. He does say GG, does see well played as well. That was actually pretty impressive. Could be a new build for you there, my good man Nexius. That actually worked out pretty well for you. I do give my congrats to Nexius, my condolences to our good man micr. But this will be the Friday challenge fail, and I will leave you with this. If the mirror's on the roof, you ain't got the camera ready, please make sure you put your hat on. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.